Equestrian Park in Putrajaya, Malaysia, just outside of Kuala Lumpur. We are here on day 2 of Trio Invitational 2026, opening up the day with an open quarterfinal between the second seed, I believe. Are they first seed, Fyshwick? I should have looked that up. I should know that. Versus Struggle Bus. I believe it's a 2 versus 7 quarterfinal matchup to see who's going to get up to the semis. And yeah, so welcome. And we are on. It's me and Chun here starting us off on field 5. Ready to go. A beautiful sunrise coming up over the what? The beautiful Bermuda grass.
Yep, indeed. And as you can see here, the golden ray of sunshine here, just shining on the field. And as the players are warming up and getting around to get ready for their first match of the day.
All right, Fyshwick went 4-0 yesterday, but they were not unchallenged. They actually had a bunch of tough battles, defeating Vikings from Brunei 13-11. They beat Pink Dolphins 13-9. Took out Cairnben at Universe 9-8, and then they had a solid win over Nimbus 13-3. So 4-0, but vulnerable perhaps. Vulnerable to their opponent's Struggle Bus. We will see. Struggle Bus had a little bit of a tougher run on Saturday, 1-3, losing to No Fly Zone and Haichi before defeating Junkmen and then losing to DMG Men in the day's finale.
Yep, but we do have to keep in mind that the Struggle Bus is a group of men that came from mostly all over Malaysia. And we have a few international players as well that join them in their lineup, which understandably they will have pretty different play styles, and also it will take a little bit more time to gel together, to come together as a team. And we are hoping that we see that come to a fruition in this game today against Fyshwick, that is based out in Canberra actually. So they flew all the way in here to Trio Invitational 2026 just to play this game, and yeah, we're in it for a treat definitely today in this beautiful morning. So yeah, we'll just have to see what's in store from both teams, and yeah, a little bit less than 5 seconds to the first pull, and
we should be off and going. A little bit longer games today. We have the clock counting down at 90. All right, and the poll is up. We are away. That's Fyshwick taking over first with the disc. A little bit floaty. He's got a lot of space to pull it down out near the sideline. I'm expecting all kinds of high-flying stuff from Fyshwick. This was like a very athletic team. A lot of players who've represented Australia at different world championships, both on beach and youth. And the disc goes up to the far corner crossfield. Is there going to be space to pull that in before the sideline? Yes, there is. And Fyshwick starts off 1-0 early.
yep, and I do believe that is a throw from Andy Chen, the captain of Fyshwick Ultimate. And oh, sorry, I stand corrected. That's from Michael to Svatos, meeting him in the crossfield far end of the end zone for the first score of the day. That was a beautiful, beautiful throw. Nicely weighted, nicely put. And we see the defender from Struggle Bus tried to get a finger on the disc, but unfortunately just couldn't go their way. So yeah, Fyshwick Ultimate starting their first point strong. And let's see what's in store for them for the
Matthew
next one.
Svatos had a constructive day yesterday with 6 goals, 5 assists. One of the leaders on the offensive side for Fyshwick, and continuing where he left off yesterday. 1-0 over Struggle Bus. Struggle Bus O team coming on, and we will see what they have in store after a quick possession by Fyshwick. And the pull goes up. Goes well into the end zone. Move to the middle at the goal line. Fyshwick comes out, match defense. Early throwaway. Ooh, almost got some trash at the end, just out of the reach. Fyshwick takes over. Begins to move it up quickly. Finds a way just around the brick mark. Out about 25 meters from the goal. Taking their time, looking upfield, finding the swing if it's not there. Give and go finds across the field. Looking to go in the end zone, not there. Until it is there, and it floats up. And some beautiful ballet-like footwork at the end there for another score for Fyshwick. A break takes it to 2-0.
Yeah, and I love just how Jack just tracked up from the handle space into the open side of the end zone and keeping a little bit of a ballerina tippy toes right there to try to keep the disc in for the second score.
And that came from Jacob Merlin, one of the coaches of Indonesia at the last SEA Games and a longtime Southeast Asian ultimate superstar, helping out the Fyshwick squad in this one.
Yep, and I think we have Alex here watching from home, which is the twin brother of Jack, and I think he'll be proud of what Jack had already done there, and we wish to see more from him as well.
And away we go, Fyshwick to pull up 2-0 early in this open quarterfinal. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a game to 15 today.
Yes, yes, indeed. So today we have a game to 15, and longer games, as Jared mentioned today, 90 minutes. So in it for a treat.
All right, pull finds the end zone once again.
So Jason with the disc, moving the disc up to Joshua Chu, and now currently Wick putting up a laser forehand throw. Oh, just misread by, I believe it's Lokman, our homeboys here from Malaysia. And it was a great second attempt, but the disc just went past his grips. And yeah, so unfortunate. That was a nicely put throw. Is just a bit unfortunate.
And I like it. Yeah, I think for the struggle bus side, if they're seeing opportunities, they have to take it. This is a very tough athletic Fyshwick team. If they see an opportunity, they're going to have to go ahead and take it because they may not get another one. Now, there was a little bit of contact before that disc went down. I think they're discussing injury and stoppage more than a foul, and I think they're going to come up with the right decision that it did not affect the play. There's a turnover, and we will move on. Fyshwick takes over on their own goal line, trying to extend the lead to 3-0. Fyshwick moves across, and they go ahead, put the disc up. Receiver has some steps, and in the end makes it look pretty easy. Receiver at a few steps into the end zone.
Yep, there was a beautiful put by the captain Dan, up for a beautiful forehand hug out in the open side.
To another captain, Andy Chen, 23 years old. Yeah, in the end, he could just wait on that one. He had enough steps. Daniel Smith to Zheng Hao Chen,
Yep.
also known as Andy Chen.
And we are expecting big hugs and throws that's as beautiful as this coming out from Dan as well, throughout the tournament and throughout the game actually. So, yep. Let's see how that goes.
Hey, if you're out there tuning in, hop into the chat. Tell us where you are tuning in from. See if we got any folks from Australia, any fans coming in from there. Or if you're just hanging around Malaysia and decide you want to flip on YouTube and see what's going on, tell us that you're doing it. Or if you're just a fan of mine from Cambodia, love you too. Tell me who you are.
Kento with an inside forehand into Ryan through middle, and Chai completing the disc. Oh, a little bit underthrown there, and this gives Fyshwick another opportunity for a break. Fyshwick not looking to rush any kind of throws, just trying to stare down the field, looking for open options. Just goes to show the kind of discipline. Oh, that's a very nice throw to a backhand hug, reaching the far corner for the score. Fyshwick up 4-0.
Yeah, squeezing it in there just before the sideline of the end zone right there. A little bit maybe tighter than Fyshwick would have wanted to make it, but it's a team that obviously has played together a lot, celebrating their 20th anniversary as a team this year. And they've played together enough that they're not too afraid to squeeze it on in there right against the sideline. And that is another score. And they are up 4-0. Just over 8 minutes into this quarterfinal. Once again, this is game 15. And once again, we are at the Putrajaya Equestrian Park in Putrajaya, Malaysia, just outside of Kuala Lumpur. This is Trio Invitational 2026. Jared and Chun bringing you quarterfinal action on a beautiful Sunday morning. Sun just coming up. And yeah, so you tell me Struggle Bus comes from a lot of different places in Malaysia. Are there a couple particular clubs being represented on that team, or is it really just a kind of a mix of everywhere?
And I'll say that there will be a mix from everywhere. So, a core part of the team comes from a team called Zealous, based out in Kuala Lumpur, and they have a few scattered players from ultimately men's team in Malaysia as well. We have Stallions, we have Care Bears men in there as well. We also have some men from Sor High, and a couple guys from AUR as well. So it's really just a mixture of people, and I also see a few faces from Singapore and from overseas as well that just comes together, try to give their all and give it a shot at this international stage.
I think it's a particularly interesting thing about our sport that a team will come together for a tournament like this. Folks who probably didn't know each other before, just jump on a team together and just see what happens. It's a pretty cool aspect of our sport. Definitely adds to the social atmosphere, and it's definitely been a reason that I've gotten to know lots of people from all over the world from playing this sport. For the, gotta do the math here, pi r, let's see, r squared, square root, raised to the power of 3. For the 33 years, excuse me, that I've been playing this sport.
Wow, that's incredible. That's actually older than me. Like, wow, it just goes to show that this sport just bring people from all around the stage and from different walks of life, different path and age together, because we do enjoy this beautiful game right here as we're spectating Fyshwick for the pool at the 79th minute mark. Fyshwick with a big backhand pull, landing a bit out there, and Struggle Bus players calling an break call.
And I think that was actually Justin Byron with the pull right there. And we do have his roommate in watching the feed right now. So welcome to our Australian fans, as well as Alex Young's dad tuning in. Amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking out the action. And so far, you guys in Australia are liking what you're seeing in this one. All right, 4-0. Struggle Bus taking over at their own brick mark. Trying to find some space so far. That Fyshwick defense not giving him much room, but there looks like to be some contact right here and a little bit of a discussion. For those of you tuning in who might not be as familiar with Ultimate, one amazing aspect about our sport is that it is self-refereed on all levels, so you will not see any referees wandering out there to tell people what they think. It is all about the players refereeing themselves, and they are the arbiters of the rules and the actions on the field. So right now we have a little discussion between the two teams. Usually ends in a handshake, and disc goes back to the thrower, and we will restart. And that is one very cool aspect about this sport right here.
Yep, Struggle Bots back with the disc. Oh, intercepted by Fyshwick for a quick turnover there. Beautifully done, beautiful rundown, and one with the disc. One of our Malaysian homegrown boys actually that's probably currently based in Australia as well, as he will be the one responsible bringing Fyshwick down to Malaysia for their first tournament on the international soil since 2009, I believe, and won as we speak. Just get their score for the 5th point for Fyshwick. Justin Byron.
Yes, Justin Byron with the assist there. And yes, there we go. And back on the board, 5-0. Struggle Bus following their name right now, having a lot of trouble with this tough Fyshwick side. Very tough getting anything established on offense. Shun, what do you think that Struggle Bus needs to do to get this disc moving, get it up the field?
I think at this point of time, Struggle Bus is trying to be playing too safe, I believe. So I would like to see them taking more chances, taking a more of the big shots that they would actually, because I was commentating the other games for Struggle Bus and I saw that they were doing that yesterday and it had some sort of effect. So I would love to see that on the field as well, playing against Fyshwick Ultimate. So yeah, hopefully they come up with something, as Struggle Bus will be on the 0 point again.
Yeah, we saw early they were able to get receivers past the deepest defenders for Fyshwick and have an opportunity to score, but they weren't able to complete it. But yeah, I think you're right. They need to give some deep looks to open up some space underneath to widen up this field. Because if they're working in this small space, that's what you're going to see, I think, a lot more of. It's going to be tough to work the disc in these small quarters against this athletic Fyshwick side. Fyshwick takes over on the goal line. Patiently moves it back, looks down the open side. And Struggle Bus defense holds the open side, but are not able to cover on the break. Another score for Fyshwick. That's going to take them to 6-0 early. And once again, thank you to especially all of our Australian fans tuning in. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us for this battle in Putrajaya, Malaysia. Ooh, Sam missed the 4th of July party for this.
And then with a beautiful crossfield forehand for the assist. He definitely had the dog in him right there.
Has the dog in him. Well, Sam missed the 4th of July party. Well, and Melissa, hope you guys smashed a whole bunch of beers out of red cups out there celebrating American-style parties, because that's what we supposedly do. And we are back. Fyshwick Ultimate up 6-0. Still early in this one, still time, but I do think that Struggle Bus is going to need to stretch this field a little bit. If they're going to be working in these small spaces, it's going to get more and more difficult. And not a whole lot of space there down the sideline. Fyshwick's going to take over with a chance to extend the lead to 7.
So Fyshwick looking downfield, putting a high forehand down the sideline, managed to connect, and playing a little bit more small rather. And oh, just a bit of a fumble right there from number 87. And giving Struggle Bus the opportunity to hopefully put in a point into the scoreboard.
I believe that is Fyshwick's first turnover of the day right there.
Yep, indeed. And they managed to pluck it up from the sky again. Fyshwick putting up a forehand hug into the end zone. And a little bit of fumble and tumble, but AJ managed to actually grab it and secure the 7-point.
AJ scores that, is able to get that old body back off the ground. 38 years old, I believe, is the oldest player on the team. Has been playing for 17 years. Have seen time with Clapham, Dingoes, Ellipsis. And he is best known for that yellow hat. And he's also an avid netball player. He's been with Fyshwick since 2009. So that's the smiling though myself knowing what an old body feels like, hitting the ground that hard, couldn't have made him all that happy right there.
Yeah, and it's incredible to see AJ even though with such extensive accolades under his belt. He had a gold in US Open, he won bronze in Worlds at London, and even grabbed the Euro Cup with Clapham. And love to see him giving his all on the field today as we see the next point being played. Struggle Bus picking up the disc for the offense. Bowen with the disc right behind the break mark, looking for a reset for Ryan. A little bit fun fact for Ryan, is the guy that's wearing a cowboy hat that looks like a ninja. He was actually a commentator last year with us, me and Jared,
I remember
at
that.
Trio, yeah,
I remember
2025. And unfortunately, his put out there was intercepted by Fyshwick. And yep, immediately responded with another forehand hug that was nicely body blocked. And by the Struggle Bus, Kento, I believe, for the D.
Kento Leong Man Kien. And Struggle Bus takes over, are able to grab that away, and a little handshake after. Grabs that away from the Fyshwick defender. Could this be what they need to build a little bit of momentum? Fyshwick locks down on defense. Not a whole lot of room to work with. They're able to complete the swing to the middle of the field, losing a little bit of territory but holding on to the disc.
And that's a Callahan from Fyshwick. Elijah Yo. Elijah, one of the youngest players in Fyshwick Ultimate, manages a Callahan to grab a 9th score of the game.
And that's going to take us to halftime. And I believe today we do have a little bit of a halftime. There's a 5-minute half.
Yep, indeed. So today we have a 5 minutes halftime just to give the players a little bit more break as we have a long, extensive games for them to be played. So yeah, tune in and keep the YouTube on as we wait for the next pool that will be happening in the next 5 minutes.
And me and Chun as well have a very long day, so we're going to go ahead and take a break as well. We will be back in a couple minutes. And we are back, perhaps. We're back. At the second half is beginning here. Fyshwick pulling to Struggle Bus. And I'd like to say that this is one of the first times we've had this, but no, Fyshwick has been pulling to Struggle Bus a whole bunch this game. It is a tough first half for Struggle Bus, down 8-0. Still looking to get on the board. Still looking to string together a few throws, build a little bit of momentum. The Fyshwick defense has been very, very tight, has not given Struggle Bus a lot of space to work with. Struggle Bus does move up to the sideline, to the middle, looking to get a little bit of rhythm right now, getting it across the field.
But Fyshwick ultimately is really giving them a hard time keeping the disc down back to where it started. And Struggle Bus trying to look down the field. But high stall can't reset right there for Lokman on the far side of the field. Fyshwick ultimate literally gave them a very, very hard time. And yep, the defense, the match defense from Fyshwick ultimate ultimately working very, very well there, putting the pressure on for forcing a turnover. And yeah, Fyshwick ultimate now currently with the disc for the offense for a break point. Merlin with the disc, shooting it down the line, beautifully put, nice and floaty into the end zone for Justin.
Yep, Justin Byron back on the board again once, and taking that from Jacob Merlin. That Struggle Bus offense, actually, they're able to string a few passes together. I think that's definitely a good sign for them. And it was just kind of an unfortunate drop. But that's a difficult aspect when you are trying to string lots and lots of passes together. The percentages, even though they are all high percentage throws, there is always that percentage that it will be a throwaway or a drop, and the percentages caught up with Struggle Bus right there. Which is unfortunate because they are trying to string a few passes together, try to build some momentum, get the disc down towards the end zone, and it can be very frustrating when you're going to lose the disc on an unforced error like that. And so Fyshwick to pull once again, up 9-0 in this open quarterfinal. And I think Struggle Bus does have some momentum to work with right there. They were able to string a little bit of an offense together.
Nice little slider there to Kento, and immediately going for a quick releases. Oh, almost got a hand there. Fyshwick ultimate. Boven put it up a forehand, and upline hug is up. And finally, Struggle Bus got their first point, and you can see from the player's face that the satisfaction where they broke 0, and that was just beautiful and slightly. Wow, that was a very, very good read from the Struggle Bus player. Evidently, that is
Dixon Simjunjie.
yeah.
And yeah, it was a great read right there. And it was, I think Struggle Bus right there found a little bit of their rhythm, looking at that kind of 20-meter throw range. They were having trouble when they're trying to throw those 10-meter throws over and over again. But throwing at about the 20-meter mark is giving them a chance to throw into an open space in front of the receiver. Even if that receiver does not have a whole lot of room to work with, they're able to adjust and use their body, whether it's an in or an away cut. So hopefully Struggle Bus is able to build on this, and we do have Struggle Bus pulling. The DT makes their way out onto the field. Fyshwick offense receives, still up 9-1. Still in a dominant position, but Struggle Bus is on the board finally, and we'll see what their defense team can do. Straight pull down the field, taking just inside the goal line. Fyshwick moves up quickly over to the sideline. It looks like they're a bit of a side stack, a lot of open space on this near side. Have a chance to look deep. Opts away and goes ahead to the middle of the field using the open space. Inside out goes cross field to the far sideline. Looking for options there. Takes the easy reset. And back to the middle of the field. I do like the struggle bus defense right here. They are tight all over the field. I think getting that score has given them a little bit of fire under their feet. They are body to body right now with the Fyshwick offense. Fyshwick not finding quite as much space as earlier, but Fyshwick has shown enough patience that they are not forcing any throws into these contests. They are taking the early rounds, not afraid to lose territory, to gain territory on the other side, move a disc across the field.
AJ will be a shimmy there to get the reset from the handler. And a poach block from Struggle Bus deep into the end zone.
That's the first time right there we saw any type of frustration. Saw a little bit of frustration on the Fyshwick side. They were moving the disc really well, being very patient. This one, they definitely want to pull back. That's a pretty easy read. You know, I'm over 50. I probably could have run onto that field and D that one up.
Yep. Something for the thrower Beth Uni to look out for the next one. As we see Struggle Bus going for offense, immediately centering the disc, and having Joshua Chu throwing the disc slider to Lokman. As Struggle Bus move the disc down the field, trying to move the disc in quick successions. Oh, with a miscalculated throw, and Fyshwick rips it deep to meet AJ in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that dog right there. That's a really tough turnover on the struggle bus side. It's a surprise. It surprised me that inside out right there. It was a little bit of surprise to me as well as to the receiver, which is unfortunate because they were moving the disc up the field, and then Fyshwick takes advantage, moving up in the double digits, up 10-1. And that was unfortunate, but we're seeing a little bit of life from Struggle Bus. That offense is moving up. They are using space as well. They are making good decisions, except for that last one. But ain't that always the way? All decisions are good except that last one when you turn it over.
Yeah, but being said that there's still 56 minutes into the game, and we do have a +1 ruling. So let's see if Struggle Bus has the kind of momentum to actually put on a fight against Fyshwick.
By +1, he's meaning that there is no hard cap here. So the team in behind. Anyway, meaning this is a game 2-15, and the first team 2-15 will be the victor, and there is no hard cap, meaning the team in the lead has to score to win at the end. Standard soft cap, and Struggle Bus moves up the field, and they push it up, and they find a little bit of space, but that disc goes down, is not able to float quite long enough for the receiver to catch up to it. But I like the aggression, I like the offense, putting the disc up in the air.
And it's something definitely that we will love to see more from Struggle Bus, but probably more beautifully done on the technical side. And we see, oh, there's a turnover right in front of the far corner of the end zone of Fyshwick Ultimate. I believe from Witt from Struggle Bus. So Ryan with the disc, trying to punch this one in, and he did, meeting Kento from Struggle Bus for their second score.
Back on the board. Yes, for their second score right there, narrowing it to 10-2. And that could be enough to get a little more energy moving for this international Malaysian side. Hopefully it's enough to maybe energize that defensive side, which has been showing a lot of life right now, has been giving Fyshwick a little little bit more trouble. Fyshwick is not seeing the big open spaces that they saw earlier in this game. They're showing the patience, but showed a little bit of frustration in an earlier offense possession. So let's see if Struggle Bus is able to fire it up on defense and cause Fyshwick more problems. Because it did take Fyshwick a long time to turn over their disc for the first time in this match, but they have turned it over a couple times since then. But they take a short pull, move it up towards the brick mark. Patiently moving it across the field, seeing space on the far sideline. Working it up. So far, Struggle Bus giving Fyshwick a lot of space to work with right now. Fyshwick looks up the sideline. There is a pick, so we're going to hold off for 1 second. Where we assume Fyshwick's going to look towards the middle of the field right now. Big open space next to the possessor of the disc. After the pick, we move on. AJ works it towards the middle of the field. Flow cutter slides down, picks it up, finds some sideline. They look down to sideline. That's a tight squeeze right now, but there is enough space for Dane Kluken to pull it in for the score and the 11 point for Fyshwick from Mark Shillard. And that is another score for Fyshwick to pull to 12-2 and extend the lead back to 10 in this game, 2:15 to earn a trip to the Open semifinals here at the Trio Invitational 2026.
Yep, looking at Dane having to do a little bit of slip and slide to save the disc prior to the assist to him for a score. Yep, hopefully that he doesn't need too much of a physio as he walked off the field, brushing off his elbows, as you see just now.
But one thing about sliding on this field, you are sliding on fine Bermuda grass.
Yep, indeed. And it is the type of grass that is used on the greens on the golf fields. So you could just imagine the kind of plushness, carpety smoothness of the grass as we see Struggle Bus back on offense. Oh, beautifully did.
Justin Byron, U20 Worlds player for Australia, flies out of nowhere, the big layout block. I think he flew from off the screen. That was absolutely wild.
Definitely one of the higher plays of the day, actually. And yeah, meeting the disc for one right back to the middle of the field.
And a play like that does energize a team. Almost energized a hammer earlier on. Did not come out. Fyshwick pulls in, stays patient, throws dump. Finds another swing with the high backhand, near side. Inside out, not a whole lot of room to work with right there. I don't know if the defender got a piece of that, but got enough in the way of the receiver to ghost block that. And net is turned over. Struggle Bus takes over on their own goal line. With once again, trying to work it into a small space. And unfortunately for Fyshwick, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, unfortunately for Fyshwick, they caught a piece of body right there. It's a foul, no contest. Struggle Bus takes possession, middle of the field, moves up, and they consider moving it further, but no. They're patient, looking for a throw to the middle. It's contested, taken away by Fyshwick. Short field to work with, right inside of about 7 meters of the goal line. And just like that is in for the score.
Yep. So one with the quick handler movement. Just easy backhand throws to strike out into the end zone for the 12th score, assisted by Justin Byron.
And in fact, not only Justin Byron a fine ultimate player, he is the best roommate ever.
Yep, indeed.
I mean, it must mean he does the dishes, mops the floor, isn't too loud at night, I guess.
Not sure. Yeah.
Well, good job, Justin Byron, at being a fine ultimate player and an even better roommate. That's important. All right, Fyshwick to pull up by 10, 3 points away from stamping their ticket to the semifinals in the Open Division here, Trio Invitational. Pull goes down. Struggle Bus has trouble early moving the disc, get it over to the sideline. Fyshwick locking down on defense. Struggle Bus moves it up and moves it even further. Disc goes high in the air. This is about reading. This is about physicality, and this is a score.
Wow.
What a read.
Wow.
That is how you use that big body right there. Big muscles, yes.
That was incredible from Brandon with a massive layout catch for the score.
Thank you, Brandon, for representing for us with the wider bodies and showing what we can do with it.
And he did a very, very good job there defending his space against Dane and pulling it down with the score.
So Struggle Bus did have a tough day yesterday at 1 win, 3 losses, but Brand was one of the strong points of the team, scoring 3 times with 1 assist, and we can see why. You know, when you have that wider frame, you can use that to seal off the defender, and that was a great read, and he was able to squeeze the disc with the extended arm. Fantastic catch. Struggle Bus pulls it to 9, hopefully build some momentum to extend this game. Fyshwick with only 3 more points to take this one down.
Yup, I am very excited to see that. Hopefully the play just now let the Struggle Bus players have a little bit more fire in them.
And it goes up, and that is how you read a disc, but let's see what happened.
There is a contact call there as the players having a bit of discussion.
Once again, there's no referees. This is going to be handled by the players on the field. Matthew Svatos. It looks like foul no contest, and that's going to stay in Svatos' possession. Looks upfield just outside of the goal line. And that strike is enough for the score. That's going to take it to 13-3, 10-point lead. Fish just 2 points out. Yeah, it looked like Svatos made the grab, but then just caught a foot or something across the way, unable to hold the disc, but then moved across for the score to throw the score. And we are away at 13-3 in this men's quarterfinal.
Yep, so Fyshwick Ultimate making quick work of their plays and having to score another 2 points actually to win it for this game, as we have a little bit over 45 minutes now on the mark. So Fyshwick back on the pool.
And away we go. Struggle Bus into a tight window right there, able to move it out to the middle of the field. Not a whole lot of room to work with, but enough, and this could go up, and it does. Receiver has step, hat goes off, Disc goes in, score, struggle bus.
Yeah, there's a beautiful connection between Lokman and Joshua Chiu for the score. Definitely putting the fire in them for a beautiful, beautiful score. Nicely weighted throw and absolutely open in the deep end.
You know, I will venture to say that he probably could have caught that even with his hat on.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But he wanted to show off that
Beautiful hair.
beautiful head of
Yeah.
hair right there. We are all jealous. Well done. And that tightens it to 4-13. A lot of time left in this one. But if Struggle Bus is able to pull together a little bit a string of points, perhaps that clock will come into play. But first they're going to have to take the disc away a couple of times, get their hands on this disc, get the disc away from Fyshwick, which is a big challenge.
Ryan with a massive backhand pull. Floating to the middle of the field, right by the brick mark.
He's
As
closing in.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was a massive layout attempt. D from Struggle Bus, but Fyshwick getting the disc, putting a nice footy slider out for the score.
you know, that's what's going to happen sometimes when you make that big bid on defense. It's going to take you out of position, and that left Svatos with a lot of space to work into right there. Running the full field, showing that fitness. Though he's a Masters player, played at World Beach Championships in 2025 with the Oz Masters, been playing the game for 12 years and does not look like he is stopping anytime soon.
Yep, he definitely has the dog in him still. As he walk off the field, making way for his teammates for the next point.
All right, we're at 14-4. Struggle Bus up against the wall right now. This is the point of the game where I usually say the math is very simple. Fyshwick needs to score 1. Struggle Bus needs to score 11.
Yep, indeed. Now Justin Byron with the disc for the massive, beautiful pull that we already are accustomed to in this game.
And it is up, it is hanging. Drops a couple meters into the end zone. Fyshwick defense comes up fast. And they are jumping on this Struggle Bus offense, not giving the offense much room to work. Fyshwick defense super, super tight, forcing Struggle Bus back towards their own end zone. Not a whole lot to look upfield to. Struggle Bus working the disc back and forth, trying to find a little space up the field, do so on the far sideline. AG on the mark, then it works down the sideline. Struggle Bus moving forward a little bit. One step backwards, see if they can move this back forward. It goes up big, but there is a defender waiting right there. Justin Byron, once again, that name again. Back there just waiting to D that up. Defender, puller, roommate, guy does it all.
No wonder he's the best roommate ever because he does everything well.
Yep. Fyshwick takes over, trying to make this their last possession of the quarterfinal. Works in the inside out hard. They're going up to the sideline. Considering going deep end, the consideration is considered. It is up, it is hanging, but that is going to float out of bounds. In fact, it flew inbounds, but on the field adjacent. And by rule, you cannot catch it over there legally. I know the rules. I know this sport.
Yeah, taking for a guy that had played this sport for 32 years. So, Struggle Bus going over to pick up the disc, slowly walking it up. to get on an 0 point.
I've played the sport just about twice as long as Elijah Yeo's been alive.
Yeah.
All right, Struggle Bus takes over, trying to find some space there. Moving forward, will this disc go up? Considers it, but they find a medium length shot down the sideline. Oh, try to squeeze into a small gap and are able to do it. Struggle Bus takes it, works it back, works it across the field. Moving confidently right now, seeing something deep, opts out of it, decides to go across the field once again. Finding a little space on these short throws. Trying to work to the middle. Works back instead. Looking for options up the field. Ooh, continue to work backwards. Once again, the percentages caught up with them. Fyshwick takes over once again, trying to finish this one and head on to the semifinals. Moves it across the field. And trying to show some patience on their goal line offense.
Jack looking downfield, giving out a slider. And I believe there's not a score yet.
Right on the goal line. Hamburg goes up. Oh, some frustration there. You can see it. That could have even been their first upside down throw of the day. Incomplete. And you could see a little frustration from the Fyshwick team, hoping to finish off the game right there.
But excellent play from Alvin Kwan from the Struggle Bus team, putting on a lot of pressure for Fyshwick as he managed to force a turnover and immediately running deep. But the disc is short, giving Fyshwick another chance for the score. Jack with the disc, slowly moving down field. Fyshwick putting this up.
And had enough space to put two hands on that. And that is that. Fyshwick wins.
15-4, 37 minutes left to the game. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Chloe back home watching will be very, very proud of Jack. And Jack says hi, Chloe.
And that is the end of our quarterfinal matchup. Fyshwick headed to the semis. Struggle Bus is headed to the 5th place bracket. And we will be back with you for more games coming up here on Field 5. We have a women's matchup between Tea Party and Medusa over on Field 2, ATC and the Simpsons. And that is, what division is that?
So for Field 2, there will be a mixed division matchup against ATC all the way from India and the Simpsons. I believe most of them are from Australia as well. And for Field 5 live stream that's happening on 9:15 AM, we have Tea Party and Medusa for the women's division. So yeah, so tune in as we will head off right now, and we will having a little break between me and Jared. So see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Who won? Fyshwick. Fyshwick, yeah, of course.